Scotia Capital, a company founded in 1999 with the parent company of Scotia Bank, born out of the Canadian province of Nova Scotia, is one of the biggest banks in all of Canada. In fact, its third largest. Hmm? Can you hurry up? I'm in the middle of something right now. Can't you see? Oh, social capital, not Scotia Capital. Yes, social capital, a concept that I can only assume none of us in this room of class have heard of until just a few days ago, except for you, Mrs. Bach of Riken, and more than likely, a majority of you guys have taken part in this without knowing there was a name to it. Hell, chances are, is that all of us have actually taken it upon ourselves to look back at our measly lives of 16 to 17 years, of which personally I can hardly remember years 1 through 8, so that's like 1, 2, half. And think about if we've truly lived up to this idea that Putnam has practically said is essential to our survival. As we have all learned over these past few days, is that social capital is like splitting the word community into 2 words and making it sound fancy, something that a dude with a neckbeard and a fedora on the social media site Tumblr would say as he talks down to you with a prestigious vocabulary acting like he's a better breed than you. But this man would probably look at social capital and community and think they're the exact same thing. And that's amazing, weird fedora wearing man on Tumblr, because every word you just said was wrong. Luke Skywalker, I love you! At least underneath the 2 concepts, because on the surface they're cut and dry the same damn thing. Let me provide an example of a social capital compared to a community. The group of friends I hang out with in the mornings is like a social capital. Every morning when we get to school, we just stand around the fire extinguisher right by the doorway that leads to and fro this 400 hall. You know, the one that's right across from Mr. Thompson's classroom. We are what I consider one of my best examples of my own forms of social capital. We've got bonds that will last for quite a while. There's Vinny, the Asian Connection Ream. Nathaniel, White Trash Hansen. Ethaniel, my god I hate him sometimes, Geiger. There's David, the Midget Stud Muffin Hernandez. Johnny, the not-so-traitor because psychology made him ditches for a semester, Eastman. Veronica, the country music loving hick. And then there's me, Isaac, the schmeckalicious schmeckle. A community is a group of people of common interest. Take us friends at the fire extinguisher again. If we were a community, we probably wouldn't be as good of friends because we'd care less about each other and more about the topic we'd be based around. Which would be, I don't know, worshipping the fire extinguisher? I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that as a group of friends down at the fire extinguisher, we're not a community, but rather have built ourselves a social capital, or at least I like to think we do. Wait. I value these friendships tremendously. Its value is valued at happiness, not something you can put a label on and sell on Amazon for a couple of cheap bucks. Other people I can think of that I built some sort of social capital with would be Mrs. Reichenbach, who has become like a second mother to me in this classroom of yours. My mom, my dad, who legitimately gave birth to me. Yes, this amazing thing. Aren't I great? Egotistical jokes, love them. My brother and my sister, who I love dearly. And definitely not a majority of my extended family. And I hate them. I hold social capital with my cat even. She's my little belle and I love her. Probably the most important person in my life who I built a social capital with is my friend Jamal. A guy I met online around 4 years ago now and still have yet to meet in real life. But he's turned into a brother for me, and it's a part of my family. We've got a familial bond that can't be broken by any conventional method. But come with me for a second as we go back to the topic of where I've met Jamal. I met him online on our PlayStation 3s playing some Year 1 Destiny, back when everyone thought it was ass, but man oh man, did we love playing that game. I built amazing memories with him on that game. And many, many more as we continue down the years as friends playing new games. I made a brother through what is basically social media, something that is said to be a hindrance on social capital, that it tears them down. Friends become less about quality and more about quantity, and I completely agree with that notion despite my situation with Jamal. On social media, we go seeking attention from our supposed friends with status updates like 40 likes and I'll post a selfie, or comment down below for a TBH, only doing ones I want. Or you see one of those most random ass big side comments like posts on Snapchat or Facebook that go along the lines of totally done with the day, like OMG. And all I can say about those people is that I feel bad for you. Honestly, you're just an attention whore, so stop that, down boy. Seeing all this garbage really put a damper on my mood towards people who made these posts too. Like I'd see them down the hall and I'd remember the post and immediately I'd look at them and judge them as a possible future prostitute. I got so angry about it that I just thought it stopped using any sort of social media where I saw it happening. And something amazing happened. I started looking at these people less like prostitutes and more like friends. It was great living until I re-downloaded Snapchat again, and within a month I hated most of the people on my friends list. This is also around the time I tried being an edgy meme lord. So, I went on to purge and deleted half those people. So now we're back to happiness, I think. I improved my social capital by getting rid of the social media in the end. This is nothing more than a rant of sorts. However, we did go over the 4 main topics. Social capital is individual, bonding. The value of it is happiness. Social media is a negative influence on social capital. And by getting rid of a majority of it, it can improve the social capitals you've built. There. Boom. Shakalaka. P.S. I hope my occasional curses didn't annoy you too much, Mr. Dragonbuck, or you classmates of mine. P.P.S. Johnny Yura.